What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of The Long Drive, brought to you by Toasted Toad Productions, where everything we create is what? True as toasted toads. I'm always your host, Richard. How is everybody this evening? Okay, so ignore this. This is like a combined total of all of my games. We've gone nowhere near that far. So, what you guys saw last was we had a Barkus van, and we cheesed the game into giving us a small block diesel VW motor. Um, I got on here this afternoon before work, and I was not happy with the van. So you're going to see that I went maybe 10 kilometers ahead to the next POI, which was a double building bridge connected. Doggo, what's up, man? Um, Nothing good spawned there. So I continued ahead to the next POI, and there was a tow truck or a car carrier. That is now our apocalypse vehicle. I transferred everything over off camera so you guys didn't have to see it, and we're going to continue on the journey in the proper vehicle. How are we doing tonight, Doggo? I had a very long day. Bought a mini fridge for my new apartment. Went to work and came home, and it's nice and cold, so it's working properly. Are you there yet? No, we're still not there yet. In fact, I actually found out yesterday that my journey is going to be a little bit longer than I thought it was. I was under the impression that the road ended at 3,000 kilometers. It does not. It ends at 5,000 kilometers. Oh, miscellaneous. Turn it into sound. Here we go. And we're rocking out to some Fallout New Vegas radio with our host, Mr. New Vegas. Everything got transferred over properly. We have all of the saddlebags. We have all the fuel tanks. We could do with one more diesel fuel tank. We have our ammo crate, our snacks, our Monica. I painted the water jug too. Paco's here with his boomstick. So I have the level. Bob is hanging out here. Samantha's hanging out in the back. The Barkus vans. Here, let me turn down Wayne Newton. Here we go. The Barkus vans tires. I'll show you. The distance between this tire and that tire on the Barkus van is about here. All right. So when you're driving and you go to make a corrective turn left to right, the van just, I mean, it plows into either direction, especially at high speeds. Um, when you load all of this fuel into the back of the Barkus van, it it really tends to be very heavy, and it wasn't driving to my satisfaction. So um, I'm going to do this too, since we just loaded a new game, and the tires sometimes get a little funky when you first load in. So just in case, I'm just refreshing the tires as they're mounted to the vehicle. That tends to stabilize things. Um, we are missing nothing except the front license plate off of the cam van. I grabbed the back license plate and kind of stuck it back here, but I didn't think to grab the front one. So that's the only thing we're missing from the last truck. I also snagged the sweet bus engine out of a bus at one of the POIs. So if this diesel motor should fail to pull any of that over there, we can jam this in its place and keep going as quickly as possible. It's basically the same setup from about 300 kilometers back that I should never have switched from. We now have the absolute proper apocalypse vehicle. And you can see the roof is actually the same color as the vehicle. It's not that stupid white one. The only thing, I do not have any motorcycle tires. These are the proper tires for a journey, like they really are. The white wall tires are slightly bigger, they are faster, but they're terrible on hills. The bus tires are as well terrible on hills. The motorcycle tires I have never experimented with on like a small vehicle. One day I will. I tell you what, this thing has six tires. I will come up with six motorcycle tires during the journey. I'll swap them out. I'll save these tires on the back of the truck, and we'll see how it drives. Just for you, doggo. Only for you do I do this. Let's sleep the night away here. I needed a change in venue for the radio too, by the way. I figure if they're going to give me copyright flags, then it might as well be for music I enjoy listening to. Ah, I tell you what I should have done was chop up some of the meat we have in the back saddlebags, but it's all right. Let's relieve ourselves before we go to bed. Why can't I poop? Jesus, I'm hitting this button. There we go. Need more fiber in my diet. And that should be fine for the water. Sleep the night away. What is that in the middle of the road? Is it a rock or a rabbit? But anyway, out of all the vehicles in the game, this one I think is the best for long distances because when you put pallets on the back, you can just haul so much stuff. And where these saddlebags are, you can actually do pallet walls and make like a camper shell on the back of it. See, now it's driving like shit. It drove so good this afternoon, and then I leave the game and I load into it, and it's all of a sudden like the physics of this vehicle get changed in the loading for some reason. All right, it's a little bit better now. And this motor cruises along at anywhere between 80 and a buck 20, depending on how flat it is. Uphill, it's anywhere between 20 to 50 miles an hour. Downhill is a nightmare, just as like every other vehicle in this game. I saw I saw a building. Didn't I see a building in third person? Or am I losing my mind? I bet it's down underneath this hill here. I saw a building off to the right. I know I did. Wait a minute. No, I saw. You know what? Don't call me crazy. You know what? We're gonna go back, and then we're gonna turn around, and we're gonna continue on, and I'm gonna show you that building that I saw. I saw a building off to the left. Hold on. Let's get back up here. Oh, you bastard. I don't think I lost anything. Okay, maybe I was crazy. That could have been a rock. Right here where my cursor is, I saw a white building. I need a rubber room. Sometimes the rocks in this thing reflect the light and it looks like white to me. Let's see if I can see that ghostly image again. I swear to God, I saw a building off to this side right here. A white building. Yeah, whatever. Well, don't worry. I'm crazy now. So apparently I'm seeing buildings that don't exist. I'm not a fool, girl. Hmm. Oh well. This game's loading is kind of funky though, because sometimes if I'm looking straight ahead out of the left-hand side corner of my eye, I'll see a hole in the world, and then when I turn to look directly at it, it's solid. That was like 2 or 3 videos ago. I showed that. All of my archive videos are uploaded on YouTube the very next day. By the way, doggo. My YouTube channel is Toasted Toad Productions. So if you want to go back and look at any of the journey, oh well. Yeah, we're cruising along now. I do still have all 4 of the hubcaps that I had, don't I? Yes, I do. We're just missing 2 hubcaps out the front because this vehicle's got those stupid black cap ones that I don't like. I would like to find 2 Furies and have 6 of those hubcaps I like better. Jesus, that thing's hopping along like a deer. There's a building. There's a grave in front of the building. Hang on. Let's just make sure it's flat. Okay, good. Oh, let's get our gun ready. This does? Not really. Oh shit. Oh, I'm a dumbass. That helps. Christ on a cracker. Good lord. Oh, here's ammo right here. Look at that. Sweet. All right, anything good? Let's see. There's a nom nom nom. Some Earl we don't need. We don't need a gas Earl mixture either. Fuck that. There's a white wall tire. I am not seeing a motorcycle tire to add to our collection of 6 that we don't have yet. I mean, yeah, I guess. Hold on, I felt a sharp pain in my back. It felt like something jabbed me. Ow. Send you some Diesel. We could use some more Diesel. If I can get up here. Well, that's all the diesel we can fit, unless I can squeeze a little bit more in this tank right here. And then this full. So 450 liters of diesel. It's a decent amount. Let's move on. I didn't see anything else in here worth grabbing. Yeah, I mean, I guess it is kind of helter-skelter, but I like how everything's nice and organized. That's a big hill. And if we get to where we can't make it up the hill, we can always stick the bus motor back into the vehicle and, you know. So, anyway, I had a very long day today. I had to go pick up a mini fridge, and I busted my back out lifting it. And then I had a wonkadoo weird-ass dream about my ex last night. And those, you know how fun those could be. You know, somebody you care very deeply about or used to care very deeply about, and then they just won't leave your fucking mind enough to where you'd stop dreaming about them. Wasn't anything stupid. They were just in my dream. Like, you know, I open up a door and there somebody is, you know, standing there. But then to top it off, on my way to work, I see their car parked in front of a motel downtown, a hotel rather, not a motel, hotel. So I'm like, wow, you're still meeting people off the internet and visiting them in hotels. At least you're doing it at a nice one instead of a sleazebag motel. Cheap piece of shit whore. That's fine. Oh, what an appropriate song. And then I get to work. Oh my God, it was so boring today. The place usually typically shuts down on the weekends, so but we still have to be there because there's like two crews working. So a total of like 7 or 8 people. But since we're like the first responders for medical, we still have to. I mean, obviously we have to be there. The building has to be guarded 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. But with only 7 people there, like the odds of us actually having a medical incident are very slim. So it's literally just us sitting there. It's so damn boring. It is slowly, but it is still pulling it. Yes, I've got heartaches by the number, love that I can't live. When I stop counting, that's the day my world will end. Any steeper, and that I would have had to grab the damn bus motor. Shut up. It's getting up the hill. This one's still the most fuel efficient motor in the game, as far as torque and displacement to fuel consumption ratio. What kind of work do you do, doggo, or do you work? It's got to be more fun than security. Had our first raid last night. Tired Man raided me with 4 additional people, so I gained a couple of new followers. That was nice. Nuclear Winter Wonderland. This is more of a playlist for a desert. Tumbleweed. The only thing I'm sad about with this playlist of music, Ice Cream Scooper. Oh, right, okay. I had my first paying job at 15. I was assistant manager of a fast food place. I was the closing manager at 16. By 16, I was the closing manager. But I am sad about this music playlist. The person who uploaded this to YouTube didn't have the mod that includes the 3 missing songs from Fallout New Vegas. Yeah, we're moving along now, aren't we? In fact, I got to ebb back a little bit off that accelerator, or we're going to lose control. That's a steep hill coming up. Try to keep it at a buck 20 here. The momentum in this game doesn't last very long. Had no one to cling to be just everything to. Hmm. Yeah, IRL, if I had been holding my accelerator on a hill like that, we would be up the hill and over it. I don't want to set the world on fire. That's the ink spots, and actually, this playlist does. I don't want to set the world on fire was not featured in Fallout New Vegas. However, after an hour and 15 minutes, when the New Vegas part of this mix is done, it's going to jump directly into Fallout 4's playlist, the Diamond City Radio, which includes that song and then the other two that are the ink spots did for Fallout 4. Well, I mean that were included in Fallout 4. The ink spots are long dead. This one's got all of the Las Vegas music. So you got your Dean Martin, you got your um, what's the hell the name of the guy who did Big Iron? And then, of course, your Neil Diamond is Mr. New Vegas. Fallout 3 does have a great playlist. In fact, I have a mix of all three games, but it starts at Fallout 3. And I'll be honest, I've restarted the game so many times, I am so sick of listening to Three Dog. Every time I reload this game, it starts the track over at the beginning, the very beginning. And I'm I'm now Fallout 3'd out, if that makes any sense. Like I'm tired of listening to Three Dog and Herbert Daring Dashwood and that whole thing. We'll get back to it at some point. I wanted to start off the playlist at New Vegas instead. Oh shit, we're gonna be going way too fast here. Imagine this hill in the middle of winter and you have a sled. See, this truck is a whole lot easier to control than the bus or the van. I wish there was a mod to allow two different engines to be in the vehicle at the same time. And in that way, I can use this diesel VW and then hit a button and switch it to the bus one for when I go uphill. And then after I crest the hill, I hit another button and switch it back over to the smaller motor. Sounds like I have a roommate camped out in front of my bedroom door, getting a free look at my stream, or being nosy. Yeah, the bus engine has a lot of torque. It's also loud as shit, and it's also a gas guzzler. So I have it on the back of this truck as a backup only. If I like physically cannot get up and over a hill, like if the this truck comes to a dead stop and will not move, I will swap the motor out to get it up and over the hill. But barring that, we're keeping the motor that's in it. This is the diesel VW, and of the small engine class, this one has the best torque to fuel consumption ratio. The gas VW motor, this is the diesel one, but the gas one also has decent torque to fuel consumption. It gets better fuel economy than this one does, but this one has higher torque with only slightly worse fuel economy. So it's a toss up. It usually just depends on like which fuel you have with you in abundance. Do you have more gas or do you have more access to diesel? Oh shit. You know what? We don't need anything out of that thing. We'll save it for the return trip. We'll come back to it. That thing came up on us quick. Plus, I hate driving at night. Let's just stop. There we go. Oh, always shut the motor off because you're killing fuel when your motor's running and you sleep through the night. The game is still being played just at super speed. So basically, if you have a barrel and you go to tip it upside down and then you fall asleep, the barrel will be empty when you wake up. Because, like, theoretically, okay, look to the upper left hand corner of my screen. See that hole in the world? But then when I look directly at it, it disappears. I don't know what causes it, and I just wish it wouldn't do it. It's immersion breaking. Oh, I hear a UFO. I want to climb on that thing one day. it's far enough away. He ain't gonna bother nobody. The UFO always picks the worst times to come to, especially like when I'm on a hill. Might be advantageous to put the bus motor in it now, but I think this thing can pull that little hill. Yeah, this should be okay. It'll just slow itself down. We'll probably do 10 miles an hour, but we'll still get up this hill. I have no worry about that. I was hoping for a diner. We need to replenish our cleaning supplies. All right, yeah. That's a little tough. Come on, serpentine, serpentine, get in the grass. There you go. The grass, for some reason, is better for hills than the road is. I don't know why. Like you get better traction on the grass. It's weird. Give me some money too. First time I heard the song was in the Who Framed Roger Rabbit movie. I need a nitro booster. All right. They ain't pulling it. Yeah, I'm hitting forward. Ain't doing shit. There we go. All right, let's Jerry meander our way into a U-turn here. All right, let's try that. Uh, Come on now. Come on, just crest the hill. All right, yeah, it ain't happening. All right, time to do an engine swap. 20 years ago, it wouldn't weigh a wander now from door to door. All right, time to get out the big boy. We're gonna kill a lot of gas, but that's okay. Thud. No, don't clip into the vehicle. Get out the light bar and the front grille. We're gonna get our tire jacks. Jack up the tires. There we go. All right. I took you in, and all you got to offer me is a drink of gin. What you do right? Okay. Get our Earl. Notice our oil is in a black tank, and our spare water on the other side is in a silver tank. That's purposeful. A little roadside maintenance here. Is this motor sliding or am I sliding? The motor's moving. Okay, motor's full. It's closed. Okay, let's get that out of here. And find the sweet spot. There it is. There we go. Grab that one. Yeah. Just ignore like the crankshaft sticking out the front. It's a ramrod for slow drivers. What hill? You gotta be fucking kidding me. It's still struggling. Here we go. There it goes. Are you... This motor, this game infuriates me. Why in the hell would they design a road that you have such difficulty getting up and over? Here, I'll tell you what. Let's gain some speed. What ramp? No, I just don't get this. I mean, IRL, on my route home from work every night, I climb a steeper hill than that in my little tiny Chevy Spark 4-cylinder. And I have absolutely no problem pulling the hill. Then again, I'm not carrying 430 liters of fuel in the back, so. Jesus. All right, now this is just the bus motor. It does not want to go forward. Let me get up and over the hill first, please. I'm reaching the point where I want to shut this off and go to my other world. I'm not hitting anything except accelerate. I am holding down the acceleration button. There. All right, what am I looking for? What ramp? This thing? What am I looking for, Doggo? I mean, this is a steep incline, even though it looks flat. But the bus motor should still not. Oh, no. I never put these down. I may stick another pallet right here. All right, let's see if I can get enough momentum just to get up and over this damn hill. Because even though it looks like we're even right now, we are still pointed uphill right now. Give me some flatlands, please. The game just does not want me to get to 5K. It has been sticking everything in my path to keep me from moving forward. Oh, I have to correct myself from an earlier video, by the way. No Bark Noonan, one of the characters in New Vegas, is not voiced by Wayne Newton. You'll hear him in a little bit. It's ghouls, I tell you. Religious schools and rockets looking for a land to call their own. I thought that was Wayne Newton doing two different voices, but it's not. He only does Mr. New Vegas. Come on, engine. Don't be the little engine that couldn't. Okay. Now we just got one last massive hill to get up and over. Hopefully, once we get over this foothill, it flattens out and not be, the Appalachian Mountains over here. Oh my God, it goes up the steepest part of the mountain, too. Jesus. All right. I mean, I'm pressing and holding the accelerator down. Right now, the pedal is to the metal. Not that it matters, because it seems like this engine's not allowing the vehicle to go fast. If this can't make it up over the hill, no vehicle can. What the fuck? Oh, God damn it. What is it held up on? What? What? I have never in my life played a more ridiculous game. All right, I can try the old tried and true. All right, hold on. There's one other method we could try. It works with the bus. They can't even go backwards up this hill. This is unreal. Well, folks, I tried. I gave it the old college go. If I can't make it up this hill, then that's it. This save is done, and I'm just gonna have to convert it back to my what I call my minimalistic playthrough. Because if the bus motor can't pull this vehicle up this hill, then no other engine in this game can. This is the largest thing we've got. Serpentining doesn't seem to work. This guy. I thought that was Wayne Newton doing two different voices. This game's not possible to play. I'm sorry, this is ridiculous. Why design it like this? This makes absolutely no sense to me. This is not fun. I'm not having a good time, and I'm not enjoying playing. This is really stupid. Oh, wrong button. It's like there's an invisible wall in front of me. Because by all logic, this should be going straight. This is the stupidest thing I've ever encountered. There is nothing preventing this thing from moving except stupidity. All right, here we go. Moving. We're moving. Let's get away from that damn pole this time. The bus engine. The biggest engine in the game, and it ain't pulling it. Can you believe that? I'm aware it's not the best engine. It is the most powerful engine in the game. There is not one that has a bigger torque. The one on the back of my vehicle right here is the best engine in the game, the small block diesel. It ain't pulling the hill either. I tried going backwards up the thing and it doesn't work. This is ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. We're just going to Mad Max our way across it. The V8 is not as powerful as the diesel bus motor as far as torque and displacement. Plus, I'm carrying 450 liters of diesel. The V8 motor would not help me. This is the first hill on this. We've gone almost 1,200 kilometers. This is the first massive hill on this seed. I mean, I've had other smaller hills, but this is the first like major hill. There's just no logic behind it. Why is it slowing down? I'm hitting forward. I'm not hitting backward. It's like it wants to go forward and then it hesitates. This bus motor is ridiculous. The V8 does the same thing. It accelerates like it wants to just keep going, and then it just goes like it's a fucked up gear ratio or something. I have never in my life encountered a stupider concept. Sorry, I'm not. This is illogical, and illogicalness frustrates me. My four-cylinder IRL car pulls a double-size hill than that every single day without fuss. Yeah, I know it's a transmission problem. It's ridiculous. It's because it's not designed for this vehicle, but it does the same thing in the bus. Actually, no, it doesn't. The bus drives perfect with the bus motor. It just accelerates just like it can, but the bus also can't go up a hill. All right. Let's see what the other side of this hill looks like. If the road curves down and to the right and it goes between those two mountains, we're switching it back to the good small diesel. I don't like the seed. The seed has been unlucky. Um, it's been awful. And once I get to 5K, I'm not even turning around and going back. We're just going to call it a thing because I want to move on to the next one and do the minimalist challenge of doing the same route there and back, but in this or that. I haven't decided yet. As you can see on this one, different seed, and I've only gone to the first POI. And I'm debating whether or not I want to do minimalistic in the VW Rabbit or VW Beetle. I'm leaning toward Beetle. Yeah, we're cruising along now. Ooh, that was frustrating. Where's my vape? Whoops. Did they add non-generic POI? No, it's still just the same POI. I submitted a suggestion that they put Mom's House as as a unique POI because this whole storyline of the game. I don't know when the last time you played it is. The POIs that there exist are the bus stop, the small gas station, the bunker, the house, the mansion, and the diner. Yeah, well, I mean, I submitted a suggestion. Like, the road terminates at, and the debate is either 3K or 5K. I have never seen the end, but put a unique house at the end, make it painted, pink with yellow flowers or some shit, and then you walk through the front door only to realize that Mom, which should be another unique skin, is a zombie. Have it end on a downer. You would have to be right across the road, wouldn't you, you bastard? Stick the landing. Stick the landing. There you go. The bunker's that little small gray building with the sliding front and back door, and then it's got like a little bathroom off to the right. Everyone on the forums calls that the bunker. I don't. I bought this game last month, and I believe its last update was April. Um, so I'm still relatively new, but I've logged in over 450 hours. Not on this, but just in playing it freestyle without streaming it. I wasn't even going to stream from this seed. I was experimenting on a seed that I saw off another streamer. I happened to see a saved game and took the seed off of it to try it out for myself. And this is a really shit seed. There's been, I think, a grand total of 2 diners in 1,200 kilometers. Spawns kind of suck. And now I'm in the foothills of Appalachia, apparently. Sorry, I like to play it in first person. There we go. There ain't no way it's going to pull this next hill. Be too long in town. Marty Robbins. That's Big Iron. I knew that would come to me. Or maybe that said it didn't matter. He was after Texas Red. After Texas Red. Not that gaining speed before a hill matters. This thing loses momentum so quickly. Shit. Look at that. Look at it. Look. I could go that way and just take a directional and just get to the top part of it and go west. Yeah, you're listening to Fallout. You're listening to Mr. New Vegas. I ripped the music off of YouTube, an entire playlist of 3 New Vegas and 4, and then I got tired of listening to Three Dogs. Every time you reload the game, it starts my playlist over from the beginning, and it's one song in the music folder of all the songs combined into one file. So I chopped 3 off of it. So now this one starts at New Vegas. So and it's been playing for 50 minutes. So after another 20, 25 minutes, you'll start hearing Fallout 4. And I think Travis is included in it too. I can't remember. Travis, the radio DJ. For a bullet fairly ripped. Oh, this ain't happening. I can tell you right now, this hill ain't happening. You think? I have no confidence in this thing's ability now. Not since that last one. This part may be fine, but I don't know. I'll go off to that side if it's a problem, and I'll just lose the road for a bit. See, like already, we haven't even gone a tenth of the way up the hill, and we've lost all the momentum we had. Yeah, no, this one's even worse than the last one. And because it's not going fast enough, it's doing the lurch thing. Like it wants to lurch and then change gears, even though I've got it in automatic. We went deeper. It wasn't fine. Oh, are you on a submarine now? That's cool if you are. Yeah, I told you this ain't happening. All right. Oh, well, I know battleships and aircraft carriers still get internet signal, but I don't think submarines can. Ah, okay. I know some sailors that play like WoW, like World of Warcraft, like while at their duty station. Is that the road, or is that just a? Okay, now so the road's up that way. Fuck it, we're going this way. Path of least resistance. I'll meet up with the road again at some point. Let's see. I think the road is off to the west, but there's no telling where it curves once it gets up and over that bullshit hill. So, hmm. All we can pray is that it goes to the north. Eh. I don't even have autosave turned on because I hate the fact that it pauses my. Yeah, all right, I'll save. Not that it matters. Of course, I got a compass. I just looked at it. I got a compass and the alarm clock, the original alarm clock from the starter house. I've also got Paco the dog from the original bed. I have the letter to mom in the truck too, from the mailbox at the start. I mean, we're fully laden. I got plenty of fuel, plenty of water, plenty of oil, um, ammo for days. I collect license plates. Counter? What counter? Are you talking about that thing that's on the shelf? That's the bicycle odometer, isn't it? Yeah, that's the bicycle odometer. It goes on top of the front headlight of the bicycle. It's not really a counter. Oh, you're talking about the yeah. This is the original, my original vehicle's odometer right there. It's 3 miles or three. God damn it! It's 3 kilometers out of sync. I'm not moving right now. I'm falling downhill. All right, here we go. Get my bus headlight back. That poor bus engine just is struggling. And there we go. Whoa. Get in there. Get in there. Get in the hole. There we go. Oh, I did that. Episode 7 or 8. I didn't forget the parking brake. I opened the door to go back in the vehicle, and I hit enter right here. And I think that's having that as a manual control that you can hover your mouse on and click is the stupidest idea. It should be a hotkey only. Yeah, had to run after the damn thing. It's on my YouTube channel. I upload all these videos to YouTube after I'm done streaming. Like the next day, I'll throw it on YouTube so I can keep them. My YouTube channel is Toasted Toad Productions. You can throw me a follow if you want to. I stream most nights. I get off work at midnight Eastern Standard, get home, eat a little bit, relax, and then I'll start streaming from either 1 to 2 or 1 to 3, depending on how tired I get. I'm tired now. The only thing, the back of this truck is missing is those two handheld lights. I usually have one to either side of the tank line to illuminate the back of the truck. We're missing that. The tow truck, no. Well, I call this a tow truck. The care carrier is. Thank you. Um, I've tried all the vehicles in the game. 450 hours of playing it. My all-time favorite vehicle in this game, I'm gonna go ahead and say hands down, is the VW Rabbit, the Golf Mark One Rabbit, the American one, the gas one. It just can't haul shit. And it does have a tow hitch, but since it's a front wheel drive, it's awful if you try to put a trailer on it. Yeah. I dislike the Fury, even though that's the only American car in the game. I don't like the way it handles. It handles just like my old Monte Carlo used to, because they're about the same. Oops, wrong button. Hang on. I can't see shit. I hate driving at night. I do like the Volkswagen Beetle too. I think I might go this way. Come on, bus engine. The road is this direction, so we're gonna inchworm our way up the hill this way. Oh yeah. Well, the French one has three forward gears and 13 reverse gears, right? That's because the French only know how to retreat when America's not standing behind them. I'm just kidding. If you're of French descent, I'm joking. The Trabant vehicle is the one that they used for the game Jalopy. They called it a Leica. I didn't play Jalopy. I've watched it played. I didn't like the look of that game. Okay. I'm American, if you couldn't tell by the accent. America! No, I'm just kidding. I'm of Polish descent. I like know two words in Polish. Coincidentally enough, I actually speak more French than Polish. I took like 9 years of it through school. Went to Paris one time on a school field trip. That was kind of fun. Je visite Paris. Speaking the devil's language here. What was that Bethesda game? The outer, not Bethesda, Obsidian game, The Outer Worlds. You get the guy, he's a priest, and he gives you a quest to go get him a book, and you finally turn it in, and he's a priest. So you expect him to be all holy and serious and everything. He's like, "This is awesome. This is great. This is what is this French? I can't fucking read French." We have completely lost the road. I think we're still going. Oh shit, we seem to be going south. Oh dear. Oh no, here's the road. Road, where are you going? You're drunk. I swear to drunk, I'm not road officer. Ossifer. Now this part seems to be fine. It's that bit right there that ain't gonna happen. I'm gonna have to go off-roading. I'm gonna go to the left this time, though. Good God, look how steep that is. I don't even think I'd be able to walk up that. That would slide back too much. I'll be all right. I'm hoping that these hills just go away and it flattens out and I can use the good motor back there. What else have I lost? Do I still have? I'm shy of hubcap. Shit. All right, so I have 3 out of 6 hubcaps. Fuel saving. Oh yeah, I'm shutting this motor off and just letting it drift. Man, that was frustrating. It's looking. If you look off to the right there, it looks like there are still some hills, but they look more alluvial than rocky. So they're probably a little bit lighter to get up. Yeah, actually it does. When we get to the next POI, I'll demonstrate it. There is actually metal buried in the ground randomly at every POI. You can find like these tanks that are on the back here, or these ones that are on the side. A lot of times buried in the ground. Hubcaps, rims, extra tires. Like the rims will have tires attached to them. All right, I'm gonna shut the motor off. I gotta go into first person here. We're starving. Gotta eat some road meat. Let's get to a straightaway. Yeah, I got a shovel in inventory. Oh, here's a POI. Oh, it's Gus's gas too. May not find anything hidden in the ground, but here, let's stop on this flat spot. I learned very early on not to go toward a POI before everything has a chance to load in. I'll eat some road meat and drink some out of a water bottle. You like how I painted the motorcycle gas tank water bottle to match the truck? Purple's my favorite color. I didn't even check to see if there was a zombie. Shit. All right, here we go. All right, so in my inventory, I got my shovel and my siphon and my gun, and then I keep that slot free. So, oh, are you talking about the paint can? Yeah, no. This save here, this vehicle was originally, I want to say it was a dark blue, like a dark, deep navy blue. I found a black spray paint can that actually was black, and you know you can reload the paint just like you can the guns. So, if you can find one black paint can, then you can do your whole vehicle just so long as you have other paint to load from it. Here, since I saved there, this one I found looks pretty black. I'm sure it's not 100% black, but we can check it. This should load quickly because this map has only been 6 kilometers. There's nothing loaded. There it goes. Yeah, I guess that's not true black, but it's black enough. What do you think? This doesn't work, by the way. Yeah. Oh, if it was like the vanilla spawn, like if it was naturally this color black, it would be pure black. But this particular save file, I reloaded the game 57 times until I had a black convertible top, black interior Beetle. And then here's the can I used. So this one's going to be for my minimalistic playthrough, the next one. But this right here that I did, this experiment doesn't work. I had a double of a time with it, and I eventually gave up on it. I'll fix that later. Let's load back to where we were at. I was gonna do the VW, the rabbit one down there at the bottom, but that one's just too easy. So I'm thinking Volkswagen Beetle right there would be the best minimalistic challenge run because it can't hold anything. I mean, I got one tank for fuel, and then it's jerry cans, like one or two extra jerry cans, and then that's it. Maybe a couple of saddlebags, and it can't pull hills for shit. And of course, the convertible model weighs 145 pounds more than the hardtop one does. All right. See, it starts the playlist over again as soon as you reload. All right. Oh, here, I'll grab this too while I'm thinking about it. We'll just see if there's anything buried in the ground. Yep, here's something. It's non-metallic, whatever it is. It's probably going to be zombie limbs or food. A turlet. Let's make sure it works. There it goes. All right. Let's see if there's anything else hidden around Gus's gas. Yeah, sometimes there is, sometimes there isn't. This one doesn't seem like there's anything hidden here. All right. Well, we tried. The best place for that, the bunkers off to one of the sides, and the mansion has some hidden loot sometimes. Where's that second one? See if I can snipe him with a pistol. I got his ass too. Did you see that? Oh, anybody else? Is there anyone else? Is there no one else? Okay. Oh, crowbar. There we go. Oh, it's getting hung up on the lip. Let's clip through. That's all right. Let's see if there's anything else crazy going on in here. I don't really need anything as far as like loot. I would like to see if there's a hand light in here. All right, opening crates. Don't use a melee weapon because it'll destroy whatever gas is inside. Grab something small and yeet it into the crate. Ooh, some free bacon. What the hell is that? Oh, it's a shotgun. Well, we don't need a shotgun. Uh, buns. I don't see anything else in here that I truly need. Motor. There's your V8. All right, there's nothing in here worth grabbing. Check the attic. It's a bicycle. Oh, shit. Come on. Yeah, the counter goes like right in there. Oh, balls to it. Move. There we go. I just wanted that. That's all I wanted. That's all I want in this world is this thing of bacon. I'll put this with the rest of the excess road meat. I am going to have to off-camera chop some more up and load that basket up. I usually do that off-camera because it takes me about 45 minutes to get all of them positioned and stacked neatly. And nobody wants to see all that. So I usually just do that at the beginning of a stream. Uh-oh. There's my black paint that I haven't used And there's my standard purple paint. That, you know what? That can go in the truck. Here, I'll just put this next to Monica. You bastard. All right, now we got room for the road bacon. There we go. Sweet. And this I'll just put with the cleaning supplies for now, until we get some more baskets. And you. There we go. And moving on. God, the thing's loud, isn't it? So where are you from, Kat, if you don't mind me asking? I thought it was kind of ironic that we had cats, and doggo in the chat at the same time. Latvia, nice. Slavic country. Look at all them damn mountains. Whoa, rock. This is going to be fun. Maybe the road will go right between all of them, and I know it won't. I shouldn't say it. Would take offense. Latvia is not a Slavic nation? I thought it was. Like Poland and, you know, isn't like their languages like quite similar? No? Oh, okay. Well, fair enough. You got to be kidding me. Oh my goodness sakes. There ain't no stopping it either. I'm on the side. I am barrel rolling this one. Fortunately, everything on this truck is physics locked. Oh, come on, stick it. I lost something. Except the mirrors and the doors. Oh my god, I cannot believe I kept the mirrors and the sun visor. That was an epic crash. I cannot believe that tiny, tiny little rock. Oh, yeah. I think we only have like one hubcap left. Yeah, we sure do. In fact, for good measure, boom. Let's get rid of it. Where the hell am I going to go now? I don't even know where the road is. Oh, there's the... Okay, there it is. Somebody one time asked me, they said, why is everything on pallets and in crates and everything? I said, because of the natural physics lock that all this stuff has. Those racks that are beside the tank, like right here where that silver tank is on the bottom, those are physics locked, vehicle-wise. Everything inside the cab is in a basket or a crate, just about, including my dog. And then everything else is snapped to the vehicle, like these license plates are snapped to struts. Oh, wow, that was amazing. Oh, here's the letter from Mom. And then the dog has his own shotgun, see? That's Paco's boomstick. Nice license plate armor. Plate armor. Driving the old Paladin truck, huh? I just collect the ones that say stuff. Sin, Sec, Have, Flu, Ben, Relax, Fucko, See, Hen, Arr, as in a pirate, and then Cam. I'm still waiting for an ass license plate. I cannot believe we still have all of our hanging dealies and everything. And then these three things, I can't believe those didn't fall out. We still have our odometer and the radio and this flap. That's awesome. That was an epic tumble. Wait. Oh, the street lights. I thought this dome light was on. That's why it was so bright in here. All right, so yeah, it looks like the road, yeah, starts climbing the mountain again. Wish it went that way on the flat part. Jeez Louise. Part of the speed thing here is the bus motor. It's so heavy, it's like dragging the car forward. If the other motor was in here, we wouldn't be going that fast that quickly. It's a shipwreck. But then again, if I swap motors now, by the time we got over there, I don't think the little one can pull that big hill right there. I mean, it can, but it would be like 5 miles an hour if it does. Jesus, I buried the needle. Trying to keep it under 100. When you drives with the pedals. What do you mean, like take it out of automatic and put it in manual shifting mode? Oh, right. I wish there was two motor mounts. That way I can, like, with the flick of a button, change it from this great big bus engine to the little one without having to stop and jack the car up. Oh God, oh God, oh God, oh God. Okay, it looks like the road is curving away from that mountain. That's a good thing. It's so cold in my room. Look at that. I saw this on one of my earlier videos. Check this out. That's a sky chemtrail, but down below on the mountain. Glitch. It was the Russians. No, I'm kidding. Well, I hear you. I hear you. Where'd you go? I hear you. Well, maybe I didn't. Oh, there he is. Here comes Peter Cottontail, hopping down the bunny trail. Actually, you know what? Yeah, no. I was about to switch out to the other motor, but now that I see that the road actually goes up that little bit, I don't think that motor will pull it, so we'll hold off on changing. Or some kind of Australia. Okay, so as far as the location of this game, we've been talking about it on the forums. The magazines, the road signs, and everything else is in Turkish. I think it is Turkish. Um, there's only one American car, and that's the Plymouth Fury. All the other cars are Eastern European. Um, However, the radio, when you tune it into Angry FM or whatever the hell it is, you're actually, I'll turn it on now. Might as well hear something different. He's talking in English. Yeah, but he's saying it in English, not in Turkish or Hungarian or any other Eastern European language. So your guess is as good as mine as to where this takes place. I think it's the American Midwest. And the reason why everything is in the language that it's in is because we were conquered by Russia in 77. Maybe we lost the Cold War. What is the radio station that's got the angry guy? Is it 10? Well, I don't really feel like listening. Um, hmm. I don't know what in the storyline was the reason why everything is gone to shit. Like, the only storyline I know is that you get a letter from mom and you got to go to her house. Yeah, they never say. But and then they're not really true zombies either that you encounter because they talk. Have you sat and listened to them? Why does nobody come and bring me some food? What was that song I heard on the radio? Oh, yeah. So they're sentient. They're not mindless zombies. Maybe there are other survivors, and like you're the asshole playing the game because you're looting their houses and killing them and shit. So you are the antagonist of this game. Oh yeah, yeah. All right, smooth skin. That could be very well true. I just think it's funny that you go to the mansion and it's like, we're so hungry. But yet, if you look at their kitchen table, it's full of bacon and buns. And so they're apparently hungry for brains, implying zombies. All I know is they take my health down when they come near me, so I put them out of my misery first. Yeah, bacon everywhere. Yeah, that implies America. No pigs. Well, okay. Fallout. You pick up iguana bits, which is like a kebab looking thing, but there are no iguanas in the game apart from death claws. Iguana bits. It's a word I never say. Iguana. Death claws are mutated iguanas. Jesus, I gotta eke some speed out of this thing some kind of way. Come on now. The reason why I like this car carrier better is because I carry so much fuel. Um, the length of the vehicle gives me the additional storage. Plus, this thing actually does go uphill better than the bus does. I know it doesn't look like it, but it handles far better than the bus ever does. Hmm. Yeah, Barkus. Barkus has, I think it's four total vehicles in this game. There's the van, the tow truck, the flatbed pickup, and then the station wagon. They're all the same like model, the same make rather. So you had a gas Golf engine in the Barcus van. So I literally just switched from the van to this vehicle here because the front tires and the back tires in the van are slightly closer together, and then with all this weight in the back of the van, it made the handling like very squirrely. But in hindsight, I kind of wish I would have picked up that damn station wagon. I think the station wagon would have pulled this hill a little bit better. Oh shit. Out of road. It's just a Barca station wagon. It's got the same two-stroke gas oil mixture motor. It's got the same digital readout that I have. Not digital, but it's got this speedometer and odometer, but it's got a manual arm one. Uh, this one's a digital one. I like this one's my favorite one of the like the tachometer and gauge readout. That one's my favorite one. Let's see what kind of trouble we can get ourselves into. Pangema, welcome, first time viewer. My name is Richard. We are Toasted Toad Productions, and this is The Long Drive. Our goal, if we can get through this damn hills, what you looking at? You looking at that cloud? You looking at this? You shouldn't stare directly into the sun. It's bad for you. Dumb bastard. This game is amazing. Oh. I don't think I can pull that out. Wait, is it still buried? Is that a radiator or is that a fuel tank? I can't really tell if that's a tank or a radiator. All I know is I can't pull it out. There's... Sorry. I love the zombies in this game. Good God. All right, tell you what, it looks like I can safely do an engine swap. All right, let's get our tire jacks. Let's get our second tire jack, because getting the bus engine out of here is a bitch. There we go. Nice and jacked up. Now, yeah, there we go. Get the light bar out of there. Well, I have the bus motor. Oh, you talking about the... Well, there went one of my jerry cans. Come on now. Come on. The best way to do this is to put another vehicle like in the front and then just like mount the motor. Oh, no wonder. There. Yeah, I was trying to avoid that, but oh well. Ah, there we go. Like that, you mean? I've done that with a motorcycle. I tell you what else I did with the motorcycle too, because the VW Beetle motor is also air cooled and doesn't require a radiator. I put that motor on the motorcycle, with the bus tires. The problem is it is impossible to keep that damn thing upright. Oh my God, this thing is so heavy when it's full of oil. You know what? Save myself 3 seconds by doing this. There we go. My weak little arms. Come on. Come on. Spend too much time eating bacon. There we go. Oh, you whore. There. Somebody in a forum on Reddit said that pallets, anything stacked on a pallet, doesn't contribute to the weight of the vehicle, but you saw how the shocks like absorbed when I dropped that motor onto it. I think they were full of the old poopy. You've never seen that trick? Once I just kept collecting feces. I was watching a young lady yesterday while I was at work. Her she's got like a little avatar on the corner of the screen of like a goose, like a Canadian goose, and she's really sweet. But she collected everything. She had baskets full of extra headlights, baskets full of miscellaneous crap. VTuber, thank you. I have Vroid installed, and I did create an avatar. I do not know how to work OBS, so I'm using Twitch Studio until I can figure it out. Um, there we go. But anyway, yeah, oh my God, she was like the biggest hoarder. I made the joke it was like American Pickers meets Hoarders, the TV shows. She had a bus, and then attached to the bus she had a camper trailer, two flatbed trailers, and a tanker trailer. And the two flatbed trailers were full of tires, just all kind of tires. Barotrauma, Barotrauma, loot. Hamsters are so bad. Oh, I know. Her bus, like in one of the seats, she had it was like two of these crates full of radios. I'm like, what the hell do you need 73 radios for? Ah, that is so much smoother and quieter. Keep shitting on the cannibals. Well, I keep a supply of road bacon, and then once this is exhausted, I have to chop up some more. I've got 3 saddlebags full of more bacon slabs, and then I keep a water jug, and then another water jug inside the cab, and then two of those big ones on the back are full of fuel. One's full of water, one's full of oil, and then I have the side one full of fuel as well. Jesus. This is the most mountainous seed I've ever seen. And the sad part about it is the whole seed was flat up until the 1200 marker. You go forward just a little bit. Come on, truck. Truck thing. You're a corpse collector. I've seen a few of the streamers doing that. It makes for a crazy physics adventure. Oh, I know the VW Rabbit would be amazing on this seed. What I find weird about the rabbits, like when they spawn in front of you, they naturally move away from the vehicle unless the vehicle is at a dead stop, and then they run at the tires and suicide themselves on the tires. It's weird programming. And these tires are a menace. What time is it? Getting on toward 3. I'm getting tired. Oh, those are shipwrecks. Plenty of diesel. We don't need to stop yet. I've been saving POIs too for the return trip. My goal was to get to 5K, drop off the letter from Mom, which is right here next to Paco. There's a rock. And then turn around and come back to the starting garage. I still have all my headlights. But after looking at this particular part of the map, I don't think I want to do that. Oh, I thought it was a POI. You trapped it alive in your truck, or did it suicide itself? Because the last one of these that I was driving, a rabbit crashed into that back window right there and stuck, and I couldn't drive the truck. Like I would get 2 feet and then it would like stop and jerk to the right a little bit. So I had to ditch that vehicle altogether. I would have liked to have seen that actually. That looks fun. That sounds funny. Oh no, the road didn't curve left like I thought it would. I'm not. I really do not want to switch back to the bus motor like that soon. I was hoping the road went that way. What did you name it? Did you name it Jeremy Rabbit? The inflatable blow up doll in the center of the truck behind me is Monica, only because it looks like Monica from Shameless. And then of course we have Paco right here. That's Bob the alien, and I have Samantha the weird Minecraft character. And it's already failing. Come on, little engine that could. This is quickly turning into the little engine that couldn't. Made my headlights with a basket and those. Yeah, I did that. For the like, I put. You know how certain Jeeps have those round lights on the roof pointed forward, the big ass floodlights. I did that with one of my vehicles. I had two baskets that I linked together, and then I put four of those hand work lights. Now on this truck, usually, and I haven't found more yet, is I usually have one right here in the corner on the pallet, and then one right here on the corner of the pallet, pointed backwards to illuminate the ass end. And then you see how many headlights I have. I got two bus headlights, and then four of the. See the halo? You should be able to see the halo. Oh wait, I thought those were the special headlights. Son of a bitch! Lord, I tried. Come on, you can do it. You can do it. Come on. You can do this. Let's go off road for a second, gain some momentum, and then slowly we'll Jerry meander our way up to the top here. Stupid road. It ain't that steep. That might have something to do with it, that big ass, and then all this extra weight. Yeah, that's the Barkus, man. It's the same vehicle as what I'm driving, only it's got a different ass end. Like I was telling Cats earlier, it's like there are four different variants of this. I'm missing my grill. Damn it. The Barkus van, the Barkus car carrier, the Barkus flatbed pickup, and the Barkus station wagon. It's the same vehicle. It's just different variants. And of course, the van has four different variants depending on which one spawns in. You can either have the one with the sliding door on the side or the pull open door on the side, with seats or without, and then the amount of windows that spawn in it too. It's all different kind of variations. Well, that's just like the VW, the Golf Mark One. In America, that car IRL was released as the VW Rabbit. That's why you hear me referring to it as a rabbit. And in this game, it comes with a sunroof. The odometer is also in miles per hour and not in kilometers per hour. So that's why I call it a rabbit, because that's the one I use. The other one doesn't have a sunroof. The motor is diesel and it has its odometer in kilometers instead of miles. So that one's the VW Mark One, the Golf. The VW Beetle has two variants: hardtop, odometer in kilometers. That's the European one. The American one had a convertible The odometer in game is in miles per hour and it weighs 145 pounds more. And then your other miscellaneous vehicles, your Lada, your Vaz, your Dacia, Trabant, those are all Eastern European. I don't really like the other variants very much. I stick mainly to Barkuses. You threw shit at the zombie. Oh, this game. You can spray paint the poop too, by the way. You can spray paint the poop, but you can't spray paint the soccer balls or the giraffe or the dog. Very strange decision. Golden poop. Eat one too many squash, turns your poop yellow. All right, speaking of colored poop, I got to tell the story. I'm going to be 40 in January, so I've been around for a very long time. Back in the early 90s, late 80s, and I think the cereal still exists in America. The cereal was called Kabooms, but it got recalled because the food coloring was a little bit too strong in one of their batches. Turned your poop a rainbow of fun colors. So the story is I was about 4 or 5, and my dad had taken me to a party at a friend of his house, and I used the bathroom, as anyone would do. I couldn't find the flusher on the toilet. So I come to my dad and I said, I can't figure out how to flush this toilet. I don't know if it was like a pull chain flush or a push button flush. It would just, the flusher wasn't in the normal spot. Anyway, so my dad came into the bathroom to flush the toilet and he looked down and he goes, "Oh my God, did you eat paint?" I'm like, "No. What are you talking about?" No, well, I was 4, all right, and the toilet we had at home had the little handle like all the other American toilets do. On the left-hand side of the back of the bowl, there's a little lever. You push it down and it flushes. That toilet was missing that, so my little 4-year-old brain couldn't figure out how to flush the damn thing. Anyway, my father called my mother and he goes, "Did our son eat paint?" Like he was freaking out. And they traced it to that damn cereal. The food coloring was too strong. Funniest thing. We're talking like, and not just your standard poop colors of like brown, tan, and green either. We're talking like blue poop. Thank you for the follow. I appreciate that. I, I was 4. I couldn't tell you where the flush was. I never did find that out. Yeah, I think it might have been a pull crank one, like the lever above you on a chain. Might have been. I don't know. That's a 36-year-old memory. I don't remember. The sad part about it is this tiny little diesel motor right here is pulling this hill better than that damn bus engine ever could. The bus engine would be. Oh, nope. Why do you speak too soon? Why do I do that? Oh, God. Here we go. All right, let's try going backwards. That's messed up. This is actually working. I'm just imagining the bathroom adventure on that one. Oh, come off it. You were doing so good, too. I remember I was 19, and me and this girl were dating, and okay, so we have a big Christian college where I live, which has students flocking from all over the planet and in every state in America to come to school. So I met this chick, and she was from a different state. We started dating, and then we had the Christmas holiday. I took my vacation from work, so we spent 2 weeks like visiting both of our families up north because I'm originally from the same state she was from. So anyway, we went to her cousin's house. I clogged the toilet. I did. I took a massive, poop and took clogged the toilet. We left the house, and she goes, "Man, my cousin does not like you." I said, "I don't give a shit." I haven't thought about that in a long time. Good Lord, please taper off and flatten out. Oh, it's doing so good. These hills are beautiful, though. I will say this is pretty countryside. Are we there yet? I hope that's the road curving off to the left and not up there, because if it's going up there, I'm done. It's the nature of this game. This game is drawing back so many memories of different like road trips and stuff and adventures, misadventures. I see we have 4 viewers. Welcome anybody who's not talking. I'm Richard. This is Toasted Toad Productions, and this is The Long Drive. Damn, it's cold in here. You shat in someone's car when enjoined to my friend. I don't understand the rest of your sentence at the bottom there. When you did what with your friend? I don't think I've ever. Oh, in here. Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh, in multiplayer. I got you. I was thinking you meant IRL, and I'm like, they're either a really good friend or they're no longer your friend after that. I joined him and shit in his car. I was trying to entice my friend Magenta to play with me, and she has no interest. Like, she took one look at this game, and she's like, I don't want to play that. I'm like, aw. She's fun. He kept eating all his food. Well, you're never joining my multiplayer world. I'm going to tell you that right now. Hey, you fend for yourself. You get road biscuits. The OCD in me was sick of looking at that crooked engine. See, like I have all this extra meat for when we run out of. Is that full? Oh, that is full. For when we run out up here, which we're actually about to run out up here. Oh, you won't get a chance to eat all my food. Paco will have words to say, and Paco's got a boomstick. Where's the button? There it is. I was just about to say something really strange. I was thinking of the cannibal perk in Fallout 4, and I was just about to say it would be cool if you could eat, you know, the alternative meat options. What they call long pork in this game, or the rabbits. You should be able to. Their dick. No, I just meant their meat in general. Jesus Christ. All right, so way back when people were still sailing wooden ships, if they ran out of food, and they would have to resort to eating each other. They referred to it as long pork. It's a very old expression, like pirates and such. I was trying to think of the nicest way I could say that. Well, you're on the internet. Go to Google and type in long pork and read the definition. Human meat. So what I was just about to say was like if you're on the road and you're running out of food, it would be nice if you could resort to alternative meat options, like the cannibals and the rabbits. I mean, you got a katana in the game. Skinning the rabbit's not beyond the realm of possibility, right? Well, most people carry the katana. I ditch that thing as soon as I get the crowbar. No, I meant actually eating the cannibals in the game. Like your character eating the cannibals, it would be cannibalism. That's why I refer to it as long pork. But like if I were the programmer, I would add those extra options in there. You're killing rabbits, skin the rabbit, eat the rabbit. Hassenpfeffer. Those things are massive too. And the collision. Okay, the other thing. That's the other thing I found really strange about this game is like I'm going 120 kilometers per hour, and I smash into a rabbit. My vehicle comes to a dead stop and crumbles, and the rabbit just scampers off happily whistling. Yeah, struts. I got a couple of extra ones back here. So I see. So you made like a cow catcher, but a rabbit catcher. I like that. I saw one guy made like a ramp on the front of his bus with those struts, and it's for pushing the rabbits out of the way, and it works. It reminds me of a GTA 5 mod that allows you to add a ramp to the front of your vehicle, and you just drive forward. It knocks all the cars out of the way. What did that one crazy chick do? This chick is wild too. She grabbed the head of the rabbit and smashed it into the car because she was having difficulty putting the rabbit in the vehicle. So in anger, she just like smashed the head of the rabbit into the car. It's the most bizarre thing I've ever seen. She's like, "God damn you!" This chick is insane. She's crazy. She's like, "God damn it, you motherfucker!" Hello. Like I could just I wish I had half that energy. But then again, like the ones that I watch, they have I don't know how in the world they can afford to live their lives, but this is their career. They wake up first thing in the early afternoon hours of 1 p.m., fully rested and refreshed, and they get on their computer and they play video games and thousands of people throw money at their feet. I eke myself into bed at 3:30, 4 o'clock in the morning, wake up at 10, take a shower, grab a cup of coffee, and then go to work. Like job. Stuck to my dog. Let's see if there's anything interesting over here. We haven't visited a good POI in a while. That's a pretty bus. Ooh, basket. It's like, ooh, piece of candy. There. Oh, just download the multiplayer beta. You can have access to the developer menu and you can spawn in whatever you want. You can spawn in struts and pallets and all kinds of stuff. Is that a? Oh. I thought I saw a handheld flashlight over here. Blue pine tree, nothing else good. What about you? You got any spare diesel for me? Nothing. You got nothing. And we got plenty of headlights. We still got all our headlights? We do. We're just missing the grill for some reason. I might have forgot to put it back on, but Barkuses are a dime a dozen, so I'm sure we'll find another grill somewhere. It's got to be black, though. I hate the interior of this car. I wish it was black leather. See, that's the other thing I wish they would add too. You can pull the seats out of that Barkus van and like swap them around. You can actually put toilets in the back of the van too, in place of where the seats were. I wish these seats were removable and interchangeable. That's a steep damn hill. This isn't going so bad. Oh shit. I'm gonna call it a stream in a few minutes. We'll get to the next POI because I'm tired. Oh man, I'm tired tonight. I hope that's the last hill for a while. I want to go to bed knowing what's on the other side of this hill, though. So, like, I don't want to fall asleep thinking about if there's going to be another hill beyond this one. Just go to your Steam and where it says install, just click like right click on the game and scroll down. I think it's under properties or something, and then under launch options, launch in multiplayer beta, and then it should load. The next time you launch the game, you'll be in multiplayer mode. I think that's how you do it. I wish this was cross-platform. My girl's got an Xbox One, and she wants to play Call of Duty against me, which I don't own COD. I'd have to buy a copy for myself. But I wish I could install this game on her Xbox One so she can play it in multiplayer beta with me. Because she wants to play it. She's like, I want to play it. I'm like, I don't know if I can get it on your Xbox One or not. I might have to buy you a PC. She'll be streaming with me too soon. Like once we finalize everything and can get moved in together. But that's mostly what she plays is FPS games, which I'm terrible at FPS. So I got to introduce her to things like Raft, this, maybe Valheim. I played quite a bit of Valheim, and then I got bored of it. 7 Days to Die. I gotta get her. I gotta get her 7 Days to Die. I played the hell out of that game. Maybe Empyrean. Maybe. I also have No Man's Sky. I cheat at those games though. Like I put the infinite health codes in with Wiimod because I want to see the story. I don't want to die so many times. Then nobody wants to see like streamers that use Wiimod and cheat and stuff, so I don't bother. I think the next game that I do stream that's not this is probably going to be South Park: The Stick of Truth. I was let's playing it on YouTube, and in the computer I was playing on, my X smashed against a wall. Yep, this ain't happening. All right, hang on. Let's turn back around here. Can you stop? Thank you. Good gravy. So dramatic. I don't know why I'm switching to this. This isn't going to pull that hill any better. There's all right, so when you launch multiplayer mode, when you hit escape, underneath the clock is going to be a developer menu button. So you just click on that, and then it'll should pull up with an options of all the things that you can spawn into your game. Come on, dingus. You're a good engine, but you just can't pull the hill. All right, I'll get you close to that, and let's see if I can get the sweet spot from out here. I don't think I can. Damn it. Boom. You found it? Hmm. I haven't even used multiplayer. I was watching somebody else do it on their stream. All right, let's see if we can do this hill. All right, come on now. You spawned a bus in the starting room. I had a Barkus van spawn in that in the starter garage. Okay, that sounds fun. Oh, Jesus. All right, me and this developer are going to have a nice long conversation regarding his procedural generation algorithm and how much BS it is that none of the vehicles that he has created can make it up the hills that he has also created. It's really not fun for me. This is ridiculous. I don't mind inching my way up the hill so long as I'm actually going up the hill, but this is unrealistic and stupid and not fun or adventurous or a challenge. This is just dumb. Look at that. That is a near vertical climb. I'm only hitting forward, by the way. The vehicle is coming to a dead stop of its own accord. Just from the simple fact that the bus engine does not like to start off going forward very well. It'll lurch forward and then come to a dead stop as it's, I assume, changing gears. It must be a transmission thing. Really? Really? Yeah, it is really this is the dumbest thing I've ever seen in my entire life. I kind of want to get the mod that changes the torque. Like you can actually customize the amount of torque your vehicle is putting out and up this thing to 1,000. I don't care if it breaks the game so long as it gets up the hill. Oh, I can absolutely believe this is still in beta. I know it's been out for 2 years, but it's only literally one guy working on it. Oh, come on, you got like 10 feet to go. You got like two more light posts and you're up and over the edge. You can do it. Come on now. I can't. I have to go backwards up the hill. I can't believe how much 7 Days to Die changed, and that's still in early access and not a complete game. Subnautica, the Unknown Worlds team, is smaller than the Fun Pimps team, and their game, it was in early access for a long time, but it's out and released and done. So was their sequel, Below Zero. Unknown Worlds is an excellent video game producer. What I found nice about them was that they were watching Neebs Gaming playing it on their channel, which I love the Neebs Gaming crew. John and Brent and Nate and all them, they're really awesome. Well, they were doing Apps Road. John Etheridge, he was playing it, and they liked him so much, like they liked his voice and they liked the way he was doing it, that they invited him and Brent to their studio to voice dialogue. So now when you play Subnautica and you get to the part where the captain of the Aurora sends out a message like um HQ like calls in and gives you the code to the captain's quarters, it's actually John and Brent's voices. They did the same thing. Was it Battlefield? Dice did the same thing. They invited the guys over to their studio, and if you play single player Battlefield and you take a melee weapon and you knock into the bathroom door, you'll hear Neebs going, "I'll be on in a minute." So I like it when game developers do that. Take an interest in their, people streaming it and let's playing it and stuff. I can't think of any instance where a game developer has invited Markiplier, Jacksepticeye, Sykkuno, even Corpse over to their studio to voice in-game dialogue. I can't think of a single other instance. All right, look, it's a straight shot up this tiny hill. It ain't that difficult. Come on, bus engine. It's like the mother of all hills. I tell you what, I hate to do this, but I need to, because we were doing. Look, good Lord, look how steep that is. All right. I have never seen a situation so ridiculous as this. All right, we got some momentum. Come on now. It can't be that much longer. Did we do it? Did we do it? Did we? No. Look at the. Oh my God. This game hates me. Oh my God. Look at that hill. There's no way. What in the shit? Look at it. I was hoping that it curved off to the right there and flattened out. Nope. I talked bad about the seed, how bad it was, about how the fact that it had very little POIs spawning in and stuff, and it just threw this giant, like, massive mountain range at me. I knew that was coming. That's the only drawback to this vehicle, is that it does not pull those inclines. For some reason, my reverse key gets stuck. I don't know. All right. You know what? Fuck that road. Yeah, now you have no excuse. You're going to go fast this time, jackhole. There we go. Screw that road. I don't even know what direction I'm going. All right, I seem to be going west, which means that that road is south. Sorry. Yeah, I know. My last video, I actually had an instance where I had hit something and I got turned around and I ended up going about 2 kilometers the other direction until I realized what side of the road the lampposts were on. I said, "Oh shit! Maybe I can climb this little spot here." See, that's the road right there on that hillock. Let's see if I can go up and around this stretch right here. Maybe the road will curve to the right and meet up with me. But chances are the road curves to the left and I'm going to get further out of range here. Let's just see. I tell you what I feel like I'm playing right now, and it might sound kind of weird. It feels like I'm playing Death Stranding, like walking simulator. I don't know why. I don't know why I just had that like sudden feeling like I was playing that game. I have that. I never finished it. I got bored of it. I did buy and complete Hogwarts Legacy like 3 times. That game, I wish I can get my $100 back on it, or $70 back on it rather. If you take the 4 hour item hunt out of that game, you're left with like a 50-minute mediocre story. The storyline was not that great. You never get to heal the little sister. Spoiler alert, you never see her healed. Oh look, we did meet up with the road at a house. Or something. Bridge tower. I'm gonna stop it at this bridge tower. Yeah, no, wait till it's on sale for like 40 would be the most that game would be worth. And again, like I said, it's a 50-minute storyline, and all the rest of the time you're walking around going Revelio, 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 trying to find all the hidden pages and shit. The combat's not bad. They overhyped it though. Like they made it seem like more God of War style, and it starts out that way. It's fun as holy hell, but then once you reach a certain level, the difficulty ups to the point where everything is shielded. All right. I'm going to call this one an episode. It's worth a save, I think. See how far we've gone. 12, 1300 maybe? 1249 plus the 3 differential, so 1252. Well, thank you very much for following. I do appreciate that. Catch me tomorrow night. You guys have been a fantastic audience, and goodbye.